And then it read that, and then as I was reading, it the line where it says she is autistic or she has autism spectrum disorder, that's when it hit. And even though I didn't know what it was at that
No.
time, I knew it was the key to open the door.
Nice. How long did it take you to start doing some of that other stuff to rewrite your behaviors, the way you felt about yourself and pouring into your own cup?
Um, so when I was younger and even to the point of last year, I heavily struggled with people pleasing. Um, I struggled to say no. I did not want to disappoint people. I wanted everyone to like me, but it's just not worth it. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I want to focus on me. What do I want? What are my boundaries? And so as I was saying, I just had enough. What do I want? What makes me happy? What are my boundaries? I don't care that people don't like me.
True.
That's it.
So for you, for say writing stuff like that, writing is an important thing for you. Um, how did that get started? How did your writing get started, and has that helped your storytelling through the years?
Well, right now I classify myself as an ex-author. So, writing throughout high school helped me gain confidence in English because this was a subject I mostly struggled on. And I came out with two nines, which in America, I assume the highest grade is like A plus or something. Um, so I came out with that for my GCSEs. Um, I did English A level two, which is a 2-year course, um, where you study three subjects in deep, intense environment, as I like to say it. Um, honestly, it was very difficult compared to GCSEs. I think the main factor was that we were the first year group to do our GCSE exams after COVID. Like when I say after COVID, I mean after lockdown because COVID still exists. So
So you were talking
yeah,
about these things you're talking about are classes or exams for English?
yeah, that's what I'm on about. But writing in general, I somehow dreamed I wanted to be an author. I was mostly inspired by John Green, The Fault in Our Stars. It still is my favorite book and one of my favorite movies as well. Excuse me. Um, so I wanted to write something of my own, and I love writing romance, and it must have a tragedy at the end. I hate happy endings.
Oh my god! Like they die or they just don't make it? You know what does tragedy mean?
I'll let you interpret that.
Okay, they're dead. They're 100% dead. So you don't still write now?
No, I don't write anymore. After once I started A levels, I was going to write what would have been my sixth book, but I completely lost motivation. And you know what? Sometimes you need to give up on your old dreams so you can make so you can make room for new
New
dreams
things.
and that give you a lot of purpose. And here I am doing content creating and advocating online.
Did you use any of your writings to process thoughts, feelings, and emotions, the things that you were going through in life?
Yes, I often with each character, they often represent my life or me as a whole. So I'm not talking about me as a whole person. I'm also talking about the things I've seen, things I've experienced, things people told me, things I've witnessed, things I've read, the media that I consumed, etc. Everything that was in my stories, all five of them contained everything about me. They all they all had a part of me,
Mhm.
especially for my fifth book. But the two protagonists, Ray and T, both of them represent me. one of them, I gave them my social extrovert side. I enjoy meeting new people. And then meanwhile, I gave the other one like a deep, deep desire for deep connections and extremely introverted. And I think it's the best thing that I've ever done. So if you're going to finish something, finish it with a bang. And that's clearly what I did.
Is it tragedy though? Like, yeah, you said is there tragedy in that one? But yeah,
It's bittersweet. Could have been
Uh,
worse.
so what made you want to become a lawyer, go to school for being a lawyer?
Classic answer, my parents.
God damn it.
My parents told me to go into law. Um, but I wouldn't say this is my main motivation as it was before. Like right now, I don't know. I feel like law just connects us. It's served well, it's supposed to be served to protect us, but the problem is they're not enforced. And I'm currently reading international human rights, where the European Convention on Human Rights, they designed this whole convention surrounding human rights and had each nation from Europe sign in a, onto forming those fundamental human rights and you know placing applying them across every individual within their nation, and it's not to be breached. But seeing as what's going on today, especially in Ukraine and Russia, as well as if we get more international, Palestine and Israel, Congo, Sudan, Tigray, Iran. Right now it's Yemen, Haiti, America, all the countries around the world. They are there are genocides that are occurring, and most of them are completely silent. Especially those that especially very racialized countries like Congo and Sudan, and many more that aren't white or are politically superior in a way. So
I agree.
there's that. I like to challenge concepts. I like to challenge opinions. I don't like staying quiet. If something is wrong, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna call you out on it. And I enjoy reading. I really enjoy reading. And I while I enjoy debating. I enjoy arguing.
So you'd be good. You should be
um
a good lawyer then.
oh, good lawyer is an understatement, isn't it?
Well, fuck talking shit. I got you. Question though. So this advocacy that you've been doing, and I've been seeing you amongst a few others as well, calling people out, holding people accountable, calling people in. Is this also part of the justice that you want to see as well in law? Is making sure that these rules, these things are like filed and holding people accountable?
Absolutely. Like, you see Israel bombing, killing, raping, all of the atrocities that Israel is doing, and yet they stay quiet about it, even though this is clearly breaching international human rights law. And let's 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 go way back. The reason why this was started, this whole international human rights and European Convention of Human Rights, was all because of the atrocities that happened in the Second World War, where nations came together and said, you know what, this was the second time, it's time to place in those human rights so this shit wouldn't happen again. And even
Facts.
though they've been applied, they have not been enforced. And that's what I'm mad about.
I can tell.
You're We are seeing history repeat itself. And as they said, if you do not learn from your history, you are doomed to repeat it. And we clearly haven't learned from it. And I'm angry. I'm pissed.
Facts. I thought the same as well when I saw that in the scene. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Trudging along here. So, uh, your what would you say is something that you that you wish you would have taught yourself when you were younger that you would know now? What was something that you wish you could speak to like your younger self and say, "Hey, I wish I would have known this
That's a good
when
one.
I was younger."
So what age are we talking about?
Any age you want to start with, any age that you feel like was somewhat, maybe you were just innocent, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Huh, let's start maybe like 5 years old."
Um, well, on a general note, I do not believe about, oh, I wish I should have done this and whatnot, because if I went back at 5 years old, having the knowledge I have now, what would I have developed? What would I have grown into? Would I have even grown anyway? What life is that? But what I do know is that at 5 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a Disney princess from a very young.
I'm sorry for laughing. I didn't see that one coming.
So, so, um, so she'll probably ask me, Zara, are we a princess now? And I'm like, no, but we rose up to become a queen. That's what I tell her. And I'm so glad 5-year-old self grew up with Barbie, and I mean, 2000s Barbie, because I look back at it and I'm like, wow, I was raised with pure feminism right then and there. Especially the movie. I was 8 years old when I watched it. It was Barbie and the Musketeers and the Three Musketeers. Um that movie made me want to be a musketeer myself. I'm like, I felt badass after hearing certain songs. I'm like, wow, I want to do that. So, boom. All versions of me will be proud of where I am today, and my future self will be 10 times proud of me as well.
Barbie and the Musketeers, 2009. Look at that. So that's the younger version of you. What about the high school version of you going into college? Any words of wisdom that you would give them? Or any other
Um,
young women that are going into college that are neurodivergent autistic?
so when you guys say college, do you mean like,
University.
col- oh,
Uni. Yeah.
okay. Um, hmm, what would I tell myself going to uni? You are not gonna you forget about high school. Like, don't bother seeing your teachers again. Like, I hate to break it to you, but your teachers are just there for a season. They're only there to teach you for a certain period of time. Especially with my English teacher, I was so close with my English teacher, but then I found out he blocked me on Instagram, as well as my friend, my other best friend.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop!